Get ready.
As Dan only learnt probably a couple of weeks ago, TOTS stands for Topic of the Show.
I keep calling it tops.
Did you not figure it out?
No, I just kept saying the wrong word. Tops.
Tops, like spinning tops. Anyway, as we mentioned at the start of the show, the great console war has begun. We used to have Sony versus Nintendo, Nintendo versus Sega, Vectrix versus ColecoVision,
Game & Watch.
Game & Watch versus some other trash.
Stick and ball versus frisbee.
But we're here now for the big PS5 versus Xbox Series X as the two come together like colliding fists at the start of Rocky V and other trash. So we're just going to go through, what I thought we'd do is we go through some of the main talking points that each of the companies have addressed, and we're going to talk about what company's doing the best for that subtopic, and then we're going to award some points to the company who we think is doing it better, and at the end, we'll know who's on top. That was clear, right?
Yeah, we'll know who's on the top because we've got a little score system down the bottom of...
Of who's winning what.
Why has PlayStation already got a 1 on it, Braden?
Is that from carryover points from this generation?
Actually, yeah, let's give PlayStation...
They carry
Oh, it's just got a 2.
It's just got a 2. So give it... PlayStation gets extra points because they've sold double the amount of units.
Let's start at 0. Let's
Double?
make this fair. Otherwise, no one will... We've got no cred.
Alright, so while Braden's doing that, the first point I've got here is the name itself. PS5 or PlayStation 5 versus Xbox Series X or Xbox as known. Floppy, what do you think about this situation? Who do you think's got it right?
Okay, so, I mean, there's pros and cons to both.
Really?
I think, well, no,
I guess that's why we hired him.
I'll try and find one. So PS5, obviously it's simple, it makes sense.
So how many PlayStations have there been?
4.
Possibly 5 now.
How many are gearing up for the 5th one?
Giving up for the
So has there
we'll say
been
that it's,
10 Xboxes?
Here's where we're going to get to. Here's where we're going to get to. So PlayStation,
X.
it's simple, it cops a lot of
S?
flack.
Sad.
Yeah, all digital.
Yeah, keep going with Floppy.
So it cops a lot of flack for being simple and like, oh, who didn't guess that was going to come? But you know what? That's cool because like out of that small group of people who think that's too simple, the huge number of people that are going into stores and going to shops that don't follow everything that happens at every gaming company are going to go, cool, what's the newest one? Oh, that one's got a 5 in it. That one's got a 4. I'm going to go for that one.
Yeah,
it makes
5.
it simple,
5
makes it
is
understandable to anyone that's coming into the sort of market at any point in time.
And
Notice that in the chat?
Yeah. I'll let you discuss that in just a second, but just to piggyback onto that, what it also does is, like the PS5 logo when it was announced at CES like a week or two ago, a lot of people who follow games and game news were paying it out going, oh, well, that's their big announcement. Oh, it's exactly the same but with a 5. But it is the most liked photo on Instagram from a game company. Like in the Guinness Book of Records or whatever. It's the most liked one because your average Joe who buys their PlayStation to play FIFA or Medal of Honor, they don't follow the news. They don't know if 5th PlayStation's coming out. And as you said, PlayStation 5, sweet, new one. Cool, I'll buy that. Then we have the Xbox Series X. What does that mean? Dan?
Well, we've just discussed in the chat. So originally Xbox One was written on the shelves as XB1. Xbone. And now the new one is Xbox Series X, which it can be like very easily just turned into Xbox Sex.
Which is what we'll be calling it here from now on Hack the Dino, thanks to Ashraf.
The Sex Box.
So if you...
Don't Google that. Don't Google it.
Oh, so what do we think,
I'm
guys?
gonna go home and thrash out my Sex Box.
I can't wait to insert my disc into the sex box.
So happy my kids are watching this.
Yeah, whoops.
And possibly
Kids,
could be...
ask Daddy what a sex box is.
Also, possibly could be somewhere in public.
So, real talk.
Yeah, real talk.
Basically, it doesn't mean anything. You're going to get parents coming in, and they're going to know that their kid's got a PS4.
What grandma's going to go and ask for a sex box? I mean, really.
Exactly. She probably already owns one anyway. She's a grandma. She's been around for ages.
Once again, possibly could be getting shown in public.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Oh yeah, so let's keep it down today. Well, I think we might be live at Harvey Norman.
Hi, Chris. I'm sorry.
They don't have sound on their TVs. As long as I don't, like, you know.
Sex box.
Oh, it's the wrong way.
You're my sex box.
Who gets the point?
Anyhow, yeah, I was just saying, if you're a nana...
PlayStation 5 gets it.
PlayStation 5 gets it.
I was wondering,
all the
if you're a
way.
nana coming in and your kid's got an Xbox, a PlayStation 4, and you know that she wants a new console, you get the PlayStation 5. If you come in and there's sex boxes and there's like X bones in your face, you don't know where to go. Like,
It doesn't make sense. It
Yeah.
doesn't tell you what it is.
why hasn't there been more of that? I think I broke Ben.
He's like, we broke Ben, he's lost it.
Alright, bring it back, Ben. Bring it back.
Sorry, as soon as Dad started talking about a granny coming in with her grandson looking for an X-bone and getting a
kids are
sex
watching.
box system.
Yeah, alright, shh.
Okay.
So, yeah,
What about
the
games?
title. So,
We
we've
go
gone
back to PlayStation 5. Okay, games. Games is the next one. So coming out on both systems. That's the PS5 and the Xbox. We have got Watchdog Legion, Gods and Monsters, and Rainbow Six Quarantine. So that's coming out on both systems.
I've got trailers for all these.
Oh, okay.
That you do.
Yeah,
So while that's playing, do you have them for the exclusive titles?
yes.
Okay, so... Alright, let's talk about those games then very, very briefly, because we are running
except-
very long today.
Except you only did exclusive titles for Xbox.
Did I? No, I'm sure I did PlayStation. No, forgot. Good.
No, I got him here.
Doesn't matter. We got a whole bunch of them
Yeah.
here. This
Hard
whole
copy.
opening video has been like PlayStation.
Would you like me to run through the titles that you had for PS5 announced?
Oh no, I've got it right here. I don't know what you're talking about, Dan. So anyway, exclusive titles for PS5.
Oh yeah, I did get it.
Godfall, which I don't know. I don't reckon that is an exclusive to PlayStation. Who's making that? Braden, do you know
No,
who's
I'm pretty sure
making
it
Godfall?
is.
Godfall. Which one was Godfall?
It's the new one announced for PlayStation 5 that they announced at the Game Awards.
Was that the one that looked like Breath of the
Oh
Wild?
yeah, I missed
No,
that.
that's Gods and Monsters. Godfall was the one sort of like they're on this weird Heimdall sort of like citadel place, and there's a giant laser beam.
So that one's from Gearbox. At the moment, it's looking like it is a it's like an early exclusive.
Timed
on PlayStation.
exclusive.
Timed exclusive. There you go.
exclusive.
Yeah. So, all right. And Bluepoint Studio, who did the Metal Gear Solid HD Collection and Shadow of the Colossus remaster, have got a big game coming out, which will be a launch title. But they haven't said what it is yet.
Was there any rumours? Do we have
No,
any rumours?
I think. Do we have any?
Yeah.
Well, I don't
I
deal
haven't
with
heard any.
rumors. I deal with facts.
So with the games that are on both systems, this
Yep.
Watchdog
Well-
Legion, I don't know what that is. I found some. What is
You know-
that?
So it's a new Watchdog
Yeah,
game.
yeah, but like I've got some footage of it, Braden.
Yo.
I think I found the right footage. Is
So-
there footage of it yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a
This.
game where instead of having one main character, you recruit people into I think it's called DedSect, which is the hacker
So this is
group
out.
that you. No, it's not out yet. No. And your main character can be the person that you choose to be. So you can switch between people that's within DedSec that you've recruited.
Braden?
You think?
I was gonna say, if you want to check out Watch Dogs, don't play the first one.
I did.
Play Watch Dogs 2.
Yes.
Way more fun and way more of an idea of what this one's gonna be like.
Which is the one where there's metal music and you're killing everyone. There's like you go see a guy and
Oh,
he's like
that's Doom.
no, like, he goes like you go see this like anarchist guy and he's in like a junkyard and you get stormed. He's like, oh, I'm waiting for this moment. And he gets his beatbox out and he puts
Yeah.
on like Motorhead or something, and
Yeah.
you actually sitting there to Motorhead taking dudes out. It was,
That sounds like Watch Dogs.
yeah, it
sounds
was.
like the
Yeah,
first
is that
one.
one or two?
That sounds like the first one.
Oh,
So
yeah.
this one here, you can recruit NPCs and play as them. So you can recruit a granny, and I'm not joking, you can recruit
No,
a
let
granny,
me see if it's in here.
She's an ex-assassin.
an ex-assassin granny, and she has a gun.
There he
There
is.
she is. She's just about to go into the store and ask about a sex box.
Oh man.
That guy's gonna get a sex box all over his
Oh,
face.
I think he just got X-boned.
I'm gonna get in so much trouble.
I'm down.
Okay, so with the sex box, Matt Booty.
Matt Booty.
Matt Booty, who's the current head of Xbox Game Studios,
Head.
has said Microsoft won't release any exclusive titles for a year or two after launch. Now, the reasoning for this is he wants to make sure that his consumers aren't feeling ripped off and that they're forgetting about the Xbone as soon as this Xbox comes out. What do you guys think about this? Is this smart, or is this just them? They know that they're in the back seat. They need as many fans and as supporters as they can get, so they're pandering to them.
I think they're saying this because they have to.
Yeah.
Because they don't have something that's going to stand up to what the PS4 had, what the PS5 is going to have. Because that's what wins a console generation. Well, up until now, that's what's won a console generation, is not necessarily tech. Because, the Xbox 360 was not up to scratch with the PS3 when it comes to tech-wise. It didn't even have Blu-rays. It had DVDs. But it had the best games. So that you bought a console because that's where the games were that you wanted to play. PS4 came out. It had the best games. It might not have been.
PS4 didn't have anything at the start. You had Knack.
No, but when you're looking at it, when people say people didn't buy them, you're not talking about the people that buy them on the first week. Over that first year or two.
Oh, okay.
We'll say the first year. It had the best games that you were going to. The Xbox One, which was technically had better specs, but
I remember though getting my PlayStation 4 and my Xbox 360, and for a long time I didn't use my PlayStation 4 because there were no games on it.
Yeah.
At the start, like I know that, and that's and then I went, but I'll just start playing Halo and stuff, and that's the only reason I started playing Xbox. And that 360 is my only generation of Xbox I've really loved.
The Xbox One release was so
mediocre.
Well, this is the one where Xbox came out at E3 and went, this, and this, and everyone went, huh?
They basically paid everyone that didn't have the internet. They said, it sucks to be you.
Yeah, and then said, that was PlayStation, wasn't it? I will forget that.
PlayStation made fun of them and memed them out of it.
Yeah, they shouldn't have, but they did, and it worked.
That's how it works. That's it, man. America's run by Twitter.
Now, on the Sexbox account, for exclusive games, you've obviously got Halo Infinite, which is coming out at launch. First console since the very first big box to come out with a Halo game, and obviously also announced this Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Also rumours that it will support Steam and Epic Game Store.
I think it's possibly true because
once again, it's a PC.
And the fact that they need to.
And the fact that Game Pass has gone to PC as well, that's like showing that they're really crossing it over. Just to do Steam, man, if you've got Games Pass and Epic, you don't even have to ever buy a game again.
I don't think Microsoft are going to worry too much about selling consoles anymore. Because I don't think they're going to.
No. Why would they? I think they're dropping out. Because, to tell you the truth, if you can get Games Pass on a PC, why would you buy an Xbox?
Maybe your PC doesn't... gaming, you know how much a gaming PC costs to do up? Like, it's probably a lot cheaper for your average Joe, your average kid to buy a console.
Yeah, the average consumer, generally, it's still a lot, but they can afford a console hell of a lot more than they can afford a $1,500 PC.
Yeah.
And the appealing part about consoles is the plug and play. You build a PC, you have to then maintain that PC, upgrade that PC. You buy a console, you plug it in.
And how many things can go wrong with a PC? As opposed to a console.
Yeah, and then if it's a console, all the consoles are the same, so it becomes a recognised problem. So it's easy to get fixed. Whereas a PC, it's going to be specific to that unit.
So looking at that at this point in time with the games, who do we think's got the lead? PS5 or Sex 5?
To tell you the truth, I really, I will probably buy this new Xbox because I just want to play this new Halo. I will play every Halo that you throw at me.
So you'll probably be able to play it on your PC.
Yeah, if you can get this Halo on my PC on Games Pass, I will not get an Xbox. So I never thought of that.
Just before we do, I just want to wrap this one up because we are running a little bit late. But PS5 announced Godfall and something from Blue Point Studios, as well as the exclusives from the PS4, which we assume will be cross-generation.
Yes.
Xbox has announced Halo Infinite, has announced Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and possibly having Steam and the Epic Game Store on there.
Can we put the Senua's...
And you're not going to give it to Xbox.
No, because you asked if it was going to be exclusive titles. And they're going to knock exclusive.
No, it's games and exclusive titles. It's one whole thing. Who are we giving it to at the moment? And it's just the start. This doesn't mean that it's going to remain this way. We'll come back to it throughout the year.
At the moment...
then Halo wins it then.
Halo wins it?
Halo will win it for him.
Yeah, Halo will be the only thing will win it for. Wait, is Last of Us 2, is that a...
That's PS4.
PS4.
Then Xbox has got that.
Rumored to be backwards compatible, which doesn't really count.
No. Not rumoured, confirmed.
Confirmed.
PS4 accessories like DualShock 4s
and we'll get into
games.
that. Yeah. That's another point we're coming to. So we're going to give that one to the sex box.
There we go.
I'll give one to the sex box.
Oh.
Okay.
And joke's laboured. Oh, here we go. We got this.
Yeah,
the
that's
trailer.
really good. Backwards compatibility. Both are backwards compatible with current gen, with rumours that the PS5 will be compatible with all previous gens.
Did you hear where that came from?
No.
A rap website.
A
hip hop website. We was the first people apparently to announce that.
Since been debunked, it's not happening.
It would be good.
Yeah,
It'd be great.
I'd love it.
You'd win that generation with that right there.
I just think it's not possible unless they do something like... Didn't the Xbox, how they did backwards compatibility this gen, you put the disc in and it took you to a website and you just downloaded it?
It recognised the disc, doesn't know how to play it, but it downloaded a version of that game that it could.
Yeah.
As long as you had the original disc.
The disc in there.
So I don't think backwards compatibility, I don't care less. Like, I'm moving on. I play new games. I don't want to go back and play... I will never go back and play.
I still play old games.
Same. You're sitting here with two retro gamers.
I still play old games.
For me...
It's a weird one because...
If I can sit there and I can get my Metal Gear Solid game that I just got in the mail this week and I can put it in my PS5 and sit there and play Metal Gear Solid and not have to plug it out and then plug it back in... that for me is definitely a big positive in their column.
Well, to me, I just think you just have to have your whole back catalogue just on your online part, so you can just download those games.
I have tons of people that have collections of PS2 games and things that they come to me looking to upgrade. And
I own every one of them.
Sure you do. Almost on a daily basis, and they don't realise that it doesn't work on the new stuff, and then they...
Really?
Yeah, they don't know. This is just everyday. This is not hardcore gamers. These are just everyday Joes who have whose son's moved out of home or something, or daughter, and has left a PS2 collection there, and they're like, "Oh, this is kind of cool. I'll play this," but they can't, and they would if they had something they could play on.
So let's look at the some of the cross-gen titles you may want to play. So there's Death Stranding, Last of Us Part 2. Not Sekiro. Oh, you can play Sekiro. That's obviously going to be cross-gen as well. But Ghost of Tsushima, Final Fantasy VII remakes, which is going to be in 3 parts. So it looks like they're going to be releasing the first part on PS4 and the other 2 parts are going to be PS5. The Series X has Cyberpunk 2077, which is going to be on PlayStation as well. The Series X, however, have announced that their legacy will transfer over as well, which includes your game scores, your achievements, and your game saves. So it's going to all transfer over. Just like when you buy one Switch and you want to put it across to your Switch Pro, boom, straight across.
Switch Pro.
So what do we think there? Oh, we might as well go into the next one as well. To tie it together. Accessories compatible. So the PS5 will support the DualShock 4 and PSVR.
It's kind
of
cool.
Series X will support the Elite controller as well as the One.
But the problem is, you can't really judge them on that because they're both doing exactly the same thing.
So we're going to come back to, I guess...
I think we give them a point each.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tie, isn't it?
Yes.
What do you think, Floppy?
Look, I hope that PlayStation pulls over your achievements, your trophies and stuff like that, like the Xbox is doing GameScore. They haven't said they're going to.
I hope PlayStation pulls over your PlayStation Plus catalogue.
Yeah, absolutely.
Games.
If it's gonna...
I'm imagining if they are going to do backwards compatibility, have that PlayStation Plus catalogue in there. That'd be excellent.
I think that would be a no-brainer. If it's going to work with your physical PlayStation 4 games, it will work with your digital. I'm assuming.
I reckon you're right, Dan. I reckon both get a point there because they're both doing the right thing there. Okay, let's talk about Games Pass. Xbox has one, Sony doesn't. Sony really, really needs it. Now, Dan, we've been teasing Games Pass all night. Go for it.
So, as I said, PC Games Pass. I love it at the moment. It's working beautifully for my streaming and stuff like that, but I am a bit scared of it. I just feel like
What are you scared of it?
I just feel like giving away so much content, like where other people are trying to sell these games and stuff like that. Is it just that whole thing of when a giant corporation comes in, not saying any giant corporation names, where they come in, purposely make, a loss, so no one else can compete with them because they've got enough money to fund themselves through it, and then they destroy their competition. And then at the end they come out on top.
So you mean a big corporation that has huge financial backers purposely undercuts themselves so they're not making a profit in order to destroy
It's not like Microsoft
has a history of doing anything like that.
But And that's a bad way to run a business because the people who suffer in the end are the consumers.
Yeah, so you're talking about a monopoly. They want to get them a monopoly.
Yeah. So they're trying to do the Uber Eats of consoles. It feels like, but
yeah.
But you know,
good luck.
I might be wrong. Oh no, I just went into Twitch accidentally. How do I get out of this?
Yes, you were saying.
Yeah,
It scared you.
But as the person that wants to play the games, it's amazing. You've got like gigantic catalogue just at your fingertips for like a measly amount of $5 Australian a month. Like that's nothing. That's nothing. That's like, and a lot of these games, or you can buy them. A lot of these games like $30, $40, $100 and stuff like that, and you're just getting them all for free. Like I said, it's amazing, but it is cheapening my gaming experience. You know, when you get too much of something, I'm only playing like each game for like an hour, and then I never finish it. I just go to the next. Oh, I can download a new one
Because you've got so many.
Quantity over quality.
Yeah,
I will just point out for those of you in the US, we're in Australia, in case the accents can tell.
PS Now.
So
Yeah, mate.
we don't have PS Now. We don't have it here. So we've got
Our
PS
internet
Plus.
cannot handle it.
Yeah, like we're really
But
suffering.
PS Now is that straight? Like, because with the Games Pass, you still have to download the games.
Yep.
Does PS Now is it just
think-
full stream?
I think PS Now is streaming. I think.
PS Now is streamed, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we wash ourselves with a rag on a stick. We've got ice.
Anyway.
We just got it this year.
So you're saying
As in the frozen water, not the drug.
no, we don't. Our country's on fire.
Hashtag cancel Dan.
No. So you're saying too much choice, and the developers may be suffering, and it's not sustainable.
Yeah, that's me looking at it as a business point of view. Standing back as a consumer, it's sick. Like the fact that I can go on there, and like I said, it's like on my PC now. It's on the Xbox. We got hit up in the chat that we've got old man's mindset thinking.
Oh,
We're old men.
Because we're all men.
I'm
We're
an
all
old
over,
man.
We're all over 40.
I have Game
Hey,
Pass.
what? No,
Oh.
no, we're not.
No, we're not. You're over 40.
Yeah. Do you know
Not
the whole
over
reason
40,
I got Floppy
not
on is because he's older than me, so I'm no longer the second oldest person in the show.
That's me.
Braden's a millennial.
I was going to say, I'm out here
Bladen's
representing all of our
Technically, we're millennials, Dan.
under 25s.
Am I?
Going back to Game
No,
Pass.
you're a Gen Xer. I'm a millennial.
Yeah, we
So I
we
have Game
digress.
Pass. I am an old man. I forget that I've got it, and I spend this money and forget that it's there and don't use it.
You just show me your 3 games you bought today.
Physically.
Pretty sure these are on Game Pass.
That I own forever.
Yeah, it will never go away.
It
so
is,
you can
it's
play it
one,
whenever you
it's
want.
also the same as Netflix kind of thing, where if
Yeah.
I don't pay my subscription, my games go away. I assume that happens.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Yeah, it will. They go
Like
like
how PS Plus happens.
Because
Okay.
it's a weird one, because you actually download it to your computer. Like someone's going to break
So
that.
who are we going to give this one to? Bearing in mind we are in Australia,
If you're
and
Australia-
we're doing it from our point of view, so we're not going to
I don't want to
look
give it
at
to
now.
Xbox. It's going to put them ahead.
I'm going to have to give it to Xbox. Dan, who are you going to
I'm
have
trying to read
give
this comment here, because this guy...
Oh, don't worry about it. Xbox
Oh, for the...
for the Games
Well,
Pass
you see, it's hard
platform.
because we don't have the PS1, so I
we
can't
can't tell.
compare it to that.
Yep.
So if we had...
Braden's already done it. Xbox got that
It's one.
Price. Okay, so how much are we willing to pay? There's been no talk of price at all. What's the maximum you would pay for each of these machines?
I just wanted to, someone in the chat has mentioned that the developers get a lot more money on Games Pass than they would selling the games.
Oh, really? How?
I don't know. It's there.
Okay.
I don't
So,
understand.
Johnny the Power Slave, if you could let us know either in the comments below or shoot us an email, I would be very interested to see how that
Me
works.
too. Actually, that sounds interesting.
Because I really do hope that the developers get more than their fair share, and if you could point us to someone
Oh,
where...
mate, if that's true, it's heaps good.
Absolutely.
Because that
100%.
wasn't one thing I was worried about, because I saw like Hollow Knight in there, and like friends of the show Hollow Knight, I'm like, does that mean they're just not getting any money? Because I didn't pay for this game.
No, they're getting
Maybe
money.
like that when they pay for the
Don't
games
worry about
rights, they just throw...
Anyway, how much would we pay for each
Lending
of
rights.
these consoles? We're going to talk in Australian dollars as well, so... again,
Convert it.
Convert it, it's about double.
It's not.
It's not, but it is about. What would be the maximum you pay for a PS5?
First up, have they announced any prices?
No price.
No prices. Look, I always have a tough one with this one because you think about the PS3, what it is now, and I would never have thought it would come out at $1,000,
Yep.
and it did, and I wouldn't. I think $600 is a topper for me.
600.
Yeah,
Okay, Dan?
I will
yeah.
quite happily pay $1,000 for any new console, because it just screams to me that it's going to be wicked. The last console I paid $1,000 for was like the PlayStation 1. I got it on launch day, and it changed my life.
What's that?
It's never been the same since.
I can almost hear Phil Spencer rubbing his hands together.
Yeah, I'll probably buy it. If the Xbox comes, if the PlayStation comes out, it's $400. And then the Xbox comes out, it's $1,000. I'll buy the Xbox because I'm like, oh, but
that's why they call it.
But
the
I'm
Xbone.
an idiot consumer. I am the epitome of someone who's just like, oh, because I just assume I just want to pay for quality. I would prefer to
customer.
I would prefer to pay for quality. I won't complain about it. And you tell what, I'm getting all these free games. I have to pay for something.
Yeah.
What am I going to do with all my money?
Well, honestly, the most I would pay would be 800 Australian, I think. And that would have to come with a game or something. It'd have to come with something that I can play day one.
Even if that is your entire backwards library?
Yeah.
I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you've got the console.
Because I've got the games. I've got Death Stranding there. If my saves carry across, and it's just going to pop a little bit better.
Jump into Avengers, jump into everything.
So we can't really give a point out for that because we don't have any indication. All right, crossplay. How much of a big deal is it? Or is it a flush in the pan? Is it a big thing anymore? Don't care?
Don't care.
Dan? Crossplay?
Crossplay between Xbox and PlayStation.
Switch, all of them.
To tell you the truth, if I'm playing on a console, I don't want to play someone on a PC because they're going to be heaps better at the game than I am.
Well, they could do it like they've done with Fortnite in that the mobile and the Switch users are grouped together and the PlayStation, console and Xbox users are all grouped together.
I mean, it's kind of not crossplay.
Can I say, I think this is one of those things that people want to have it so that they can say they've got it but don't actually care about it.
Yeah.
They want the option.
It might be a good selling point, but like when push comes to shove, there's going to be enough people on all these consoles to play. But I suppose it means if you get it on, you get an Xbox floppy, and we can play each other. And that's kind of cool.
But I mean, how many households now that are serious gamers don't have both, or at least a couple of the top three?
I mean, I can see maybe Xbox and PlayStation doing it together, but you got to remember as well that Nintendo doesn't have a new console, but they're different.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I don't think it should ever. I think it should always have been an option. I don't think there should have been a barrier, but I don't think it matters that much.
I'd say.
All right, so got a comment in the comment section here. I want crossplay just so I don't have to buy both to play with friends, and that's a really good point.
Yeah.
People who aren't like us, who actually interact with society,
My name is Jones.
Friends, they want to be able to play their games with their friends, and I think that's
I suppose we are coming at it from an old man mindset. That we just assume that everyone in the world has all the consoles, and that's not true because young kids can't. But that's what I was saying. Cross-platform doesn't matter if what if your platform can't run these games? I'm sure the Switch isn't going to be able to run some of these games unless they bring a new console. Nintendo.
I just don't think it matters that much.
No, I just don't think
you care enough. I think they care if it's there, but don't care about using it.
So there's also another one we can't really judge.
No. So we'll move on to the next one, which is load times. Now, Sony has shown the difference in their load times with Spider-Man. I think we've got some leaked footage from a...
it was amazing.
So we can see on the screen now, on the left, we've got the next generation, which was PlayStation 5, and on the right, the PS4 Pro.
Done.
The next generation loaded in 0.83 of a second. The PS4 Pro loaded in 8.1 seconds. That is astronomically fast.
Yeah. Now, people think that, 8 seconds is nothing.
It's 8 times faster.
But, as you see there, you're literally sitting there waiting for something.
Yeah, and both companies have said that their focus is to eliminate load times and rendering times in this generation. Was it cross-tracing?
Ray tracing.
Ray tracing, yeah.
Ray tracing.
So ray tracing is a big thing as well. So it doesn't have to load the light. The light finds its way. And yeah, it's sort of like that suspended mode, that sleep mode, like the Switch has got, where you quit out of a game, you can turn your Switch on, turn it back on, and re-enter the game straight away. But not just for one game, all your games. They load just like that.
That'd be amazing.
I'm just going to wait for the Xbox Pro.
You just want your Xbox to be a bit faster?
Bit more professional.
So with that, we really don't have a lot out of Microsoft's camp.
PlayStation.
They've just said that they want it. PlayStation has shown, albeit through leaked footage, that it's actually happening. So I think PlayStation is getting that nod for that one.
Whew.
Okay, user interface. Again, doesn't seem like a big deal, but the PS3 UI was absolute trash.
It's still better than the Xbox One.
Yeah,
Xbox's UI
I don't agree with that.
Rubbish. It's absolute rubbish.
I think the PlayStation interface is great.
PS3 I'm talking about, not PS4. PS4 is great. PS3 was utter garbage.
You know what? It was better. It's better than Xbox One. Xbox One, you open up your menu. If you hit a button left or right, you have no idea where you are.
There's two menus in the Xbox, isn't there? There's like the main menu and then the start and then the button menu, which is a different whole. Is that right?
I'm going to catch so much crap for people. Xbox's menu is the dumbest thing ever. I think it's designed to keep people I think it's one of the reasons people don't play them.
It's designed to
be having a good user interface. You don't want to have to go in there and navigate something for 10 minutes in order to play the game you want.
Yeah.
You want to go in there and go that, and you're in.
You open up a PlayStation, you go left and right, done.
All right, so obviously we can't score that really. If we were scoring, it would be on its predecessors, and it's not fair, so we're not going to score that one. All right, final one. So we're at 3 apiece here, 3 to PlayStation 5, 3 to Series X. So, my last point, the media box. The PlayStation 2 was a huge success thanks to the games, but also because it included a DVD player. Is the console doubling as a media box a selling point?
I think all of them are media boxes now. It's an entertainment system that plays games. And they have been this whole generation.
I've personally used my PlayStation 4 until I recently got Apple TV. I've used it as my Netflix, my streaming services, as well as my gaming box. So yes, I agree. It's 100%. I think it's where we're headed. People want everything all in one. You need all those apps on there. You need all that accessibility. Is it going to matter that it has a 4K Blu-ray DVD drive?
Yes.
For some of us, yes, absolutely. Because you don't want to stream, in Australia, you don't want to stream 4K.
That's true.
If you want to get the best quality picture, you're going to want to play it off physical media.
Do you remember when the PS3 came out and had a good quality laser Blu-ray player in it? How many of your mates do you know that own a Blu-ray player?
Everyone bought them.
Just a Blu-ray player?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, I didn't have a PS4 for long.
I mean, every single person I know in that sense, nowhere near a Blu-ray player.
They bought a PS3.
My parents have a PS3 because Sony did that thing that when you bought a TV, it came free with it.
Yeah, right.
For the whole year. Do you remember they did that? So many people I know got free PS3s at the time when they were quite popular as well. But you bought like a $2,000 TV, you got a free PlayStation.
Braden, has Xbox announced any media players within there? So they got a DVD player or Blu-ray player in there?
They got 4K Blu-ray.
They got 4K Blu-ray?
It is a different time now. So the media boxes aren't Blu-rays and they're not DVDs. Media boxes are being able to put stream content from the web. Netflix and stuff like that, which they're all doing anyway. So I can't.
It's all 4K Blu-ray.
I can't see how it can improve on just streaming services because streaming services are streaming services.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a smart TV. I can get Netflix and that on it. So theoretically, my TV is a media center as well.
The thing that holds that back is the infrastructure. Not the actual unit.
Yes, that's what I mean. So it's a hard one to judge in this day and age. Back in the time when it was like, the PS3 days and stuff like that, we could and PS4, we could comment on this. But this is a hard one.
All right, let me put it to you like this: the Xbox Series X, the old 6-box, has 4 USB slots in the front. We haven't seen what the PlayStation 5 is yet, so we don't know. But if it goes from those dev kits, there's USB ports everywhere. The more USB ports, the better. You can use it for charging your phone. You can use it for other accessories, plug and play. Hopefully, you can use it to get footage on a USB and stick it in, and it reads that.
Look, headsets, everything.
Yeah, everything.
Which one's that? So it's going to come down to which one's got more USB slots?
Yeah, probably.
Well, if that carries over, I mean, PS4's got 2 at the front already now.
Yep.
Xbox One's got 1.
Yep, but now Xbox Series X has 4.
Where?
4 slots in
the front.
Yep.
On the front.
On the front, and there's some at the back as well.
Xbox One at the moment has an extra HDMI port. PlayStation doesn't.
Oh, what does that do? Is that
so I got a friend who she's only got one HDMI port on her television, so she has her Xbox plugged into that, and she has a Switch plugged into her Xbox.
Oh, it's a router through.
Yeah.
Daisy chainer.
That's a win.
I can't imagine why you'd need that too often. Like how many TVs only have one HDMI port, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Doesn't matter what.
Anyway, so are we going to give an award for this? We've only again seen a dev kit, and they both look like they've got both 4.
I can't imagine why you'd
Blu-ray.
put like 10 USBs on a dev kit and then not put at least half of that. Get with me?
In the media, are we including the rumours of Epic Game Store and Steam and stuff?
I don't think we can.
I don't think it's a rumour.
You think it's real?
I don't think
All right, yes, we will include that. So we're going to throw that in. So are we going Xbox is getting this?
Yeah.
Yep, Xbox gets that point there. So at the end of the first round of the Great Console War of 2020, PlayStation 5's on 3. The Sex Box is on 4.
Yikes.
So we'll revisit that in a couple of months' time as we get closer to see who's winning.
This is obviously not the definitive who won.
No,
but it is the start of the verses. Braden, what's that?
We will be getting an official announcement of the PS5 and deep dive into that. So.
Once the PS5 has been released, we'll revisit this and we'll give it another look.
I do like the word deep dive.
Yeah.
I want to do that to something.